All right, so it's been raining a lot the last couple of days, and yesterday I was on my way to a restaurant. We were driving on a bridge, and I believe it's the same river that flows by our plot of land, and it was filled with water. I have not seen that river that full yet, and I was actually surprised with how much water can flow in a river at once and how quickly that can change. And so we're gonna check that out later today. I'm going to go to the land. We're going to take the asphalt route. As before mentioned, there are two routes towards the land. One is through asphalt, so there's just a paved road all the way up until the river. Then we need to cross the river, and depending on how high the water is, we can actually cross the river. The other way is more of a longer route, and it's a muddy route. And so we don't prefer to take that, but if we can't cross the river, we need to take that. So we're going there just to check how high the river is, because we actually have a feeling that maybe even some of the banana trees have been flooded over, and I'm not sure, but this is part of that getting to know the land and getting to know the behavior and the climate of the land. So now we're on our way. I'm going to meet Benyam at his farm. We're probably first doing some work at his farm. I know that some pruning has to be done with the trees, and we wanted to do that this morning, but it was raining way too much, and so we could not do it this morning. But now he messaged me and he said, hey, we can do some work right now. So I'll be heading over to his farm. I'll take the camera with me to show you his farm. And after that, we're going to the land to check out the river. So you'll see some shots of that as well. That's the farm over there. At Benyam's farm. You see little, I don't even know what he uses this for. That is a windmill, kind of, which he uses for his pumping his water around. And there he comes. What's up? Plant man in action. What do we got there?
Got some little figos.
Oh, nice.
Now let's see if there's any good. They look like they're not totally ready yet, but I'm still gonna eat them.
How do they taste?
Freaking good. You should film your reaction to them.
Yeah. Here. Nice and juicy.
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
These pickled fruits are quite wild. You put these in salt water for a few days and they turn to like capers basically. They're crunchy, but they taste like vinegar. I'm actually keeping my cool with how sour it is.
So how many
Let's
different?
film your reaction.
How many? Nice
This
and
is gonna
sour.
be-
That's what she said. Oh.
Let's see if your eyes wink as much as they should. Hey man, you're pretty good at holding your sour.
Pretty stable, man.
Oh, you just fucking bit the whole
But it's
thing.
it really takes you by surprise, because the first bite doesn't do it at all. The moment you bite through.
Well, at least he went through three-quarters of it.
How many different types of food do you have here?
We got at least 120 fruits. Oh my God, come.
120 fruits?
All right, so can you spot how many ripe berries there are on this tree with the camera? Is it noticeable?
I don't think so.
Can you
but
pick
let's
up on
see.
the purple? Like just go from all over the branches. It's
Yeah, I think
mulberry delight
it's
right
getting
here.
there.
Let me grab some of these fresh berries right here. Couldn't even eat them right off the plant. So our work today will involve cutting these mulberry trees so they don't get so tall, and so we can pick the berries right off the branches close to the ground. And then we're gonna make cuttings out of the part that we cut off and start new trees with that. So
What do you mean by cuttings?
we're gonna show you. I brought my handy dandy chainsaw so we can prune down the trees, and then I'll show you how to make a cutting. How there's leaves coming out,
Yeah.
and you see how there's little buds at the edge right there. That's potentially new growth, so we're gonna cut them at this far apart, all along the stick.
Okay, will do.
I'll cut the first one.
Okay.
Here's the trick though. I'm gonna cut the first one like this. So the top cut,
Yeah.
you do straight.
Okay.
And now, for you to be able to distinguish the bottom, you cut the bottom at an angle. And now you know at least the orientation of the branch, and you can take off the rest of the leaves.
You can take off the leaves.
Yeah, it's actually encouraged. So you see all these little spots on the stick? This is where the new roots will come from if you put this in soil. So the idea is to bury them like that. And then each one of these sticks is a new tree.
Wow.
All right, so
Okay.
I'll do another example. Cut this one at an angle because it's the bottom. These scissors are not very cooperative. As straight as possible with these terrible scissors.
Does this work with almost any tree?
No. But it works with mulberries, figs, and one more of those in that same family.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
So not that many trees do
No,
this.
there's a bunch that do, but mulberries and figs are actually cousins,
Okay.
and so that's part of their traits.
Both just as delicious. So here are some cuttings that we did. Benyam's still working hard.
Hundreds of cuttings.
Hundreds of plants. Mulberry trees, and this. If Mel plants mulberry trees, it becomes mulberry trees. Mel, say hi to the camera.
Hi! I love it.
How are you enjoying the mulberries?
Delicious. Absolutely delicious. And like Ben said, every day there's new ones.
All the pink ones that you see now will be purple tomorrow. Wow.
That's crazy.
3 knuckles out of the ground. You can even plant it.
Oh, really? That deep?
Because all these dots here become roots.
Awesome. Well, thanks.
So what do we have here, Benyam?
Some mulberries. We got at least
Oh man,
this fat stack of new baby plants.
all these
From one branch.
pieces from one branch, and they all can grow to a tree.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Here's the catch though. You might have to wait 3 years. But that's nothing in the grand scheme of things, right, man?
3 years for fruit?
3 years till, yeah.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Could be worse. These are the ever-bearing thin ones,
Yeah.
small ones.
Yeah.
but they're more productive than the bigger ones. But the bigger ones are juicier.
I know.
And if we
Messier.
if we keep them low, then they'll be productive. Alrighty.
And what's this here?
That's the vinegar fruit. Take a bite.
Really?
Yeah, but please look at the camera for the reaction.
No.
Yeah, come on, take one. We just did as well.
We both here. Can you get some
A little
facial?
tiny bite?
I'll take a big bite.
No,
I'm
like
not
a
taking
big bite. No,
You're gonna
like
kill me.
half of it. Half of it is a small bite.
There we go.
Ooh.
That's what I was looking for.
Ooh. Seriously, you eat this like this? Like you don't do anything else with it?
Yeah, what I do is I mix it with a few leaves and make a salad in my mouth. Here. You can chew on it with the katuk and moringa leaves all together. And keep eating more leaves. It's
Why
quite
would
sour.
people want to eat this though? What's in here? What's so amazing about this? What is it called?
Bilimbi.
Bilimbi.
So apparently it's good for your digestion.
I'm gonna Google this. I'm gonna.
It's like straight
But
vinegar.
it doesn't get any riper. This is it.
That's it. It gets riper, but it's still just
Really?
So what I find so amazing about this farm is that, as Benyam said, there are 120 species of fruit here. Every single time I come here, Benjam's like, here, taste this fruit. And it's something that I've never tasted before. Like these vinegar fruits. And look how many there are. This is just one bunch. And there's so many of them. This farm is about 4 years old. It's big because it goes all the way, I'll show it in another video probably. Goes all the way over there. Yeah, and every single time you come here, there's something new to eat and something new to see. And that's what I find incredible about this place. And everything feeds into each other, and as long as you take care of it, like we just did with the pruning, making sure that the trees stay low enough so that you can easily grab all the produce, I find all of that very fascinating, and it's good to know those things. Because the thing that I already know about my piece of land is that we have breadfruit trees there, which are kind of like potato type fruits that grow on the trees. And they're huge, they're high, they're very, very high. And so you need to, I don't know how we're going to get them, you need to throw them out of the tree, because you literally just cannot reach them. And so one plan that Benyam said, what we're going to be doing with those breadfruit trees is also pruning those. It's going to be a hard job, but it will make them lower so that we can actually use the produce. And also my view will improve on that. So that's probably what we're going to be doing. And yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to walk around more here, but I'm 100% sure we're going to be seeing more of this farm in this journey, because this is basically where I'm learning a lot of different species and different ways of working. I told Benyam I want to work here more so that I can learn in this period of time where it's not time yet to be building on my land. I can learn about all these different things, and so that's what I'm doing. And today was the first day of that, so I'm super excited about that. Yeah. Probably we're going now to the land, so we'll see where this takes us.
On this papaya, I'm gonna wiggle it.
Wiggle the
You
papaya.
have to catch it now.
Okay, done. Oh,
Andre. Catch it, Mel.
oh wait. These are
Catch
ready.
it!
Wait, I can. Yeah, but it could go it could go anywhere. These guys aren't ready yet.
No, this one's ready.
It's so not ready.
No, this one's gonna be ready in like 2 days, but it's good. We have to pick them when they're yellow like this,
Really?
or
Why?
else the bugs get to them. So this one, just let it mature. And where's the other one?
Behind
That's
you.
Behind you.
This will make a good green papaya salad.
Green papaya salad.
You know, you peel it, grate some beets, grate some carrots, put some vinegar. It's really good.
And it's good to eat when it's like raw like that.
Peeled. You definitely want to peel them. The papaya peel is no bueno.
Aye.
Okay, tell me something about this little
So we got a crown I got from the supermarket that somebody bought a pineapple.
pineapple crown.
And then I stuck it in the ground, and then like 2 years later it grew this little top, and then it grows a tiny little top. So this tiny little top I'll be able to plant, and it'll become a big toppity top and then there'll be another pineapple with another tip top, and then there's gonna be just all kinds of pineapple top inceptions. Anyways, plant your pineapples, kids. Don't let the crowns just go to waste.
This one's way
we
bigger.
have these little Tittonia plants that serve as a potassium fertilizer for the pineapples. So there's good synergy between these two
Makes total sense.
crops.
Potassium.
And phosphorus.
Oh, they're pretty.
And these flowers smell like honey. Here, Mel, smell that flower. It's in like the perfect shot.
Oh, it does. Not edible though, right?
Does it smell like honey, honey?
It does. It really does.
Smell it.
Holy basil?
Yummy.
Good for like depression and bad mood. And...
Keep your depression away by eating holy basil today. As said by the funny farmers.
Oh, my Lanta.
Here we have Artemisia. This is the Artemisia plant. As you can see, it bushes up pretty good. It's extremely bitter. It's so bitter, in fact, that it's used to treat all kinds of viruses, including malaria and even...
Name of it, sorry?
Can't say it. I can't say it. Look at those little papayas.
Oh, it's so pretty. Okay.
Full of red fruits. They're delicious. Kind of like berries. And exactly the same as what you see here. Look at it, it's full. Exactly the same as over here, but then purple. Like that. Like that. This one is a little bit eaten. So that's the thing, you gotta be faster than the animals. You gotta be faster than the ants. Okay, let's see. Benyam told me there's some other food here as well. Let's scout for it. These are the berries you talk about?
Blackberry jam fruits. You crack them open. Full of blackberry jam. And they're fruits.
Like, in what way?
You just squish up this black juicy jam.
It's crazy.
Pretty now. We're driving through Sosua Bajo, which is about 2 kilometers of street, but as you can see, everyone moved to these 2 kilometers, so it's stacked and packed, and it's very busy down here, and sometimes you can't even get through the village. So thankfully today it seems like there's not much traffic on the road. Little congestion up ahead, but minor considering the possibility of a full gridlock. And anyways, this is the downside of coming through here, but it's also the upside, because if you ever need something from civilization, it's not too far away. But now we're gonna get some examples of the type of weaving and classical driving that goes on the streets on a daily basis. Here we go. There we go, we're squeezing through. We're almost done with the village, guys. Just one more half a kilometer and we're in Freedomville. It's 2/3 of the way paved, and the last third is the Jungle Drive, which is my favorite drive
Jungle drive.
in Dominican Republic.
I agree.
Exclusive jungle driving up ahead.
And we could not do it the other way around, which is faster, because then we had to cross the river, and the river is way too full right now.
It's been raining for 2 straight days, and when that happens, the river just blasts full, and just we might see the bananas completely submerged. We're expecting some total damage,
Yeah,
but possibly nothing at all.
we'll see. We'll see.
we go. It's over. Wasn't so bad, was it?
Right here.
Way out. Just like
Classic funnel.
Classic funnel. Here's another classic.
So what we can see now is that the road is still pretty good. The messed up part is probably still to come, but there's so much rain that has fallen.
Look up ahead. Usually you can see the ocean from here, but now it just looks like rain.
Yeah, we cannot see it at all. And the thing is, we see water everywhere where we've never seen water. And so that makes me very curious of how it's going to be on the land. This is Jungle Road.
We're cool.
Whoa! So right now, this gives us the perfect opportunity to find what the behavior is of the water, which is very important for the development of the land so that we can catch water. But we also know where it goes if it's raining super hard, because every single year that's happening. And as you see here, Benyam just told me he's never seen water here. So yeah, it's very important to see how the water is traveling so we can find a way to actually utilize it for our own land. So that's what we're paying attention to right now. Okay, so this river has never been so full for our experience, at least. This is normally, it's like that. And now it's like that. It is huge. And the current is so strong.
Y un carro así no podía.
No, ellos pasó, el hijo de Isidro pasó, pero antes de llenar bien. Porque es represa de aquí.
Entonces
Por ahí.
a veces aquí no se pasa.
No, pero eso es un par de horas.
Eso era bueno para el video. Mira, ¿te molesta si te grabo?
No, ¿y por qué?
No,
No, eso era un par de horas. Eso lo más que duró fueron.
So it just started raining like crazy, and it just shows how quickly that can be. It was sunshine and all of a sudden a lot of rain. Luckily we could hide a little bit underneath the trees, and yeah, we're now on our way to the land. And we got a rainbow. Of course. Check this out. Crazy is you could absolutely hear the rain coming towards you. It's you gotta run, because look at that. Over there is already sunshine, so the only thing we gotta do is outrun the rain. Sounds pretty easy. So that's what we did. But it's actually just going to the mountains. Mountains are calling in the rain. And yeah, let's go check out the land and see if there's not too much water in on the banana trees. Let's see.
So my first observation is that the ground's totally wet and it's smooth, which makes it look like there's been a lot of water flow. And because of this slope over here, any bit of rain that lands over here just rushes down. So it's very possible that the bananas were mostly underwater. It's good to know that they're not underwater, but we're gonna take a closer look. We're gonna go inside and see.
And also, what we found is that this piece of land right here, which is my piece of land, is much higher than the neighbor's land, and also just the highest piece of land on this entire property. And that is good for water. And then here, this is a drop of like, I don't know, like 4 meters down. And so that will keep the housing also protected from the water. As you can hear, we're now in the middle of the rain. And luckily I got this shack that was already built is on the land. Look at this rain. And it's just incredible how fast all of that can go. It's ridiculous.
Good, you got sugar cane right here.
Where?
This is all sugar cane.
This is all sugar cane. All right.
It's too rainy to go
The
out
rain
there,
is, oh man.
but at least it's not underwater. But I want to go in and see what it's like on the riverside.
I'm super happy to see that this is not all underwater. There was so much water in the river, but it just comes to show how high this land actually is. So when we're going to the river, it will have another drop of like 4 meters, approximately 4 meters, and then you have all these bananas and all this plantain, and then all the way there's another 4 meter drop and a hill, and that's where the buildings are going to be. So they seem to be all right. They seem to be all right. Let's check out the rest of the land.
That's an entire tree. Tell me.
Well, I guess this is the end of the road, folks.
This is normally where we cross the river.
Can you even see through the windshield?
Yeah, you can. But this is better. But as you see, it's raining. But this is where we normally cross the river.
So there's not even access.
Not
I'm
even
backing
access.
up right now.
Crazy.
We're landlocked.
And we are back. It's now the next day. I decided not to be filming too much last night because it was dark and I didn't feel like it. But just to quickly recap what we've seen yesterday, I thought it was incredibly useful and affirmative to see all the water on the land. Basically, that's what I want to use these first couple of days for. We first have 120 days until we can actually build on the land. So my objective is to go to the land in as many different occasions as possible, just to get to know more about the land. I want to stay the night on the land with a tent and stuff like that, just to get the land, to know the land. And it was good to also go through the other route. Normally we would always go through the river, but obviously you've now seen how full the river was. There was no way we would be able to do that. But it's very good to get to know that road as well. And what really showed me
what that really showed me is that I need to get a different bike. I now have a motorcycle that is not made for especially that last part of the road, or I need a 4x4, and I'll just have to figure out what the best investment is for right now. But what I found is I actually thought that this would be way more of a muddy road and therefore way harder to reach, and I actually expected more water to be on the road because it rains so much, but apparently it does travel down quite easily and does not stay on the road too much, and that counts for the land as well. What I found very reassuring is that the land that we're going to build upon, the grassland, is really high enough to be safe from the river. And specifically my piece of land, out of all the pieces of land over there, it's very high, it's laying very high, so I'm confident about that. And also that all the banana trees are still above water is very affirmative to me. It was incredibly trippy to be walking through that forest. I find it trippy to be walking through a banana forest anyway, but now with all the rain and all the water trickling down from all the leaves, it was amazing to be walking down there. So yeah, I need to get accustomed to all that rain because it's definitely something that is getting there more often. But the cool thing is that if you capture that rain, you can really use it very well for all the crops that you're using and for shower water and for whatever you want to use it for. And on top of that, a little bit of a surprise, we got our first platanos. Now these look like bananas and they are type of bananas, but they're platanos and they're not sweet at all. They're kind of, yeah, I don't know how to describe the taste, but we got them. This is the first batch off the land and I'm super stoked about that. I cooked some yesterday, I boiled some yesterday, and it was delicious with some salt and with some, I don't know what I put with it, but some spices. So I was super excited to have that together with the papaya from Benyam's farm. This is just, it feels really good to be eating this type of food as opposed to having to buy it in the supermarket. So I'm stoked about that. I was stoked about yesterday. Everything seemed to add up. It's always, yeah. Anyway, that's enough talking for now. There's a lot to discover still, but this is a very good start, I think. I'll see you in the next time.